It's three guys who combined to play 15 seasons in the National Football League trenches. Well, two guys. And Mackey, who didn't do shit. This is the O-Line Committee.
Be a feisty one today here.
It's going to be
feisty show today.
Listen, I had a great weekend. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I'm enjoying myself. I called Boone last night to tell my shot a deer, and he just let me have it for like 30 minutes.
Oh, how could you kill that? What?
Oh, I don't gotta give a fuck about the deer.
He doesn't give a fuck. I was like, dude, I killed a deer. He's like, yeah, that's great. So here's what we're doing. I was like, oh. I can hear just like hockey. I can just hear hockey going on in the backfield too. I was like, what is going on?
I'm at this hockey game, right? And this is the biggest bunch of bullshit I ever heard, right? Bantams is going to be great. They can finally hit each other. I'm telling you that every game I've been at with Bantams, they hit each other, and it's a penalty. And I am not here for it. I am not here for it. My son got drilled from behind, and he kind of looked at me, and I gave him the old like, oh, you better get that kid back or I'm going to get you back later, bro. And he gave me the old, I got you, Dad. And he did. He made me proud. But they ended up losing. And that was the other thing. Like, you called me, and they went down 4-0, and I was like, I was hot, dude. I was hot. There was no defense. They weren't doing
He was just
checking.
screaming. He was just screaming in the ice
the best
rink.
was,
I was like,
hey,
what's happening?
The best
so
was,
you were on the phone while this was
dad
happening?
next to me. No, listen. The dad next to me, he's over here, and he's like, taking 3-minute shifts. What are you doing? Oh, and I'm sitting over here and I'm like listening to it. I'm like, we're kind of on the same wavelength. I'm like, we're kind of both getting pissed off together. And finally, we're just like yelling at the kids from where we're sitting. And I'm like punching the table. Like, God, let them hit each other. I don't understand what people don't understand. Boys crave violence. The more you get in between said such violence, the more they go, well, then I'll do it on the streets. I'll do it where you're not at. You said I could hit him here. You're not going to let me? I'll go hit him where you're not. And that's when all of a sudden these locker room stories come up, and we're like, well, who's telling the truth? I don't know. They're all a bunch of 14-year-olds and really stupid. Like, I'm telling you, dude, I was going through it last night. I'm here for it. You know I love you.
I want to see like what's the like the mites. What's it called when like the 6-year-olds are out there playing?
Dude, those are the mini mites. No, those are the mini
mites. I
No,
want
the
the mini
termites
mites to be allowed to check each other.
No,
That's
the
what
mini mites are out there, and they're all like super cute, and they're like. The problem is like when they get to Bear's age is when they start to get into this like, are they gross? I'm not sure, kind of cute range, and you're like, they're cute at times, but they do dumb things, and you're like, you know better than that. Stop it, right? Like Bear's trying to lift the puck at times, and he's trying to do this stupid thing where he wants to like rainbow it over somebody, and I'm like. Listen, bro, just work on the speed of it. And every time I see him, he's trying to like, and I'm like, pisses me off. And now he wants to play goalie. And
see, this is like Jeremiah's F1 minute is great, but Boone's youth hockey minute.
Youth hockey minute is
called
outstanding.
This is parenting minute. This is my parenting minute for the week. I'm telling you. And then the parents all look at you like, God, you look like shit. And you're like, it's 7 in the morning
on a Sunday.
Do you know how much football
Alice,
I just watched this morning?
Don't start with me,
dude. I sit out in the parking lot and I watch all the college film, and the people walk by and they're like, "What a weirdo!" And I'm like, "Oh, that's great, Deuce. Great, Deuce. Great. That's." And I'm like, "Rewind. Oh, it's great."
Look at that depth.
But let's get on to something more serious. Let's get into
it. Well, welcome to the show.
Welcome in. We're gonna get to something serious. Like tonight, there's a bad football game on. And what makes it more fun to watch a bad football game? Underdog and the Underdog app with the code OLINE for $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. So I just open up the old Underdog app here. And for example, CeeDee Lamb is sitting at 87.5 receiving yards. I think old Dak Prescott's good for at least 88 yards to CeeDee Lamb. So I might go higher on that. And that's how easy it is. You select players from the NFL, from any sport really. You take higher or lower on their projected stats, and if you get your picks right, you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today, sign up with promo code OLINE, and score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code OLINE on the Underdog app. Underdog, make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org in New York, or call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY to 467-369.
Oh,
Dude, I love how you
so
get us
hard to
through
read.
that.
So hard to read that fast.
Hey,
It's really
let's just
tough,
get
dude.
straight into it now, right? Like fast forward right into
Can
play,
you
baby.
let Phil set it up? What are we doing here, Phil?
Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, we identify the most important things on our mind every single Monday. We identify who the mics are, just like a good offensive line would, hopefully. So, Jay, why don't you give us the first mic here? Where do you want to start on this?
Oh, we're going to start on the game of the week.
Which one?
Joshua Mother Truckin' Allen. 3 rushing, 3 passing, Superman cape after they lose to Miami. And he said, you know what? Fine. I'll do it myself. And just
Literally.
went nuts. I mean, that was one of the greatest individual performances I may have ever watched in the NFL.
6
I mean,
touchdowns.
he literally was just like, I don't care. I don't care. Keon Coleman, sit your butt on the bench.
Ooh, we're getting
You
to
don't
that.
want to
We're
catch.
gonna get to that.
You sit down. I'll bring
we
up
are.
who's this guy? Who's 14? I'll throw it
Shavers?
to him. Shavers? Yeah.
Who's
you
that?
can go catch it. And then just to watch him have the command that he has of that team and just be like, everyone get behind me. I don't care anymore. Right? I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do it myself after that loss to Miami and then hand it to 14. Fantastic. Or 4. Hand it to 4. Fantastic.
All right. Listen, I will give your boy his flowers. There's no question. Like what he did. By the way, Shavers, that one that he caught in the end zone where he like went down and put it was the coolest looking catch I've ever seen.
And that was like his
Coleman,
first. Was that like
you
his first
fucked up.
catch?
Dude, you really messed
was
this
he
up.
drafted? So
Yeah,
Tyrell
first
Shavers
rounder.
is your-
Oh no,
No,
Shavers.
Shavers.
No.
I think he was an undrafted guy
was
that got
undrafted.
called up from the practice squad.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Well, hey, that just goes to more of what Jay's saying. Literally, Josh Allen can put the ball where anybody can catch the damn thing. Anybody could have caught
Yep.
these. Like, he is so good at pinpointing, placing these
That's
balls.
why Coleman sucked.
Here's my problem, Jay, and you can do what you got to do. Their defense is trash, bro. And when you let
I didn't say the Bills
When
defense.
you
I said
let-
Josh Allen.
I got you, but you have to pair him with something.
No,
right? It can't just be, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot the other side.
My mic was Josh
I will
Allen.
score more than you always. Like, this is the problem. Eventually, the other team's going to score 42, and we're all going to be looking at Josh like, come on, run it in for another one. Come on. Like, you're asking him to be so good all the time that eventually, when it falls on its face, you feel bad for him because you're like, you were throwing to undrafted guys and making this work off of 3 touchdowns. And who is that? Kincaid Knox? Who's over there? Like, what's going on? It's all him too much. And I feel bad because the defense can't stop a nosebleed. And, dude, that's kind of Sean McDermott's thing.
Well, I mean, it's not an excuse, but they're injured, right?
Agreed,
Everyone's
agreed.
injured. Everyone's injured
it's
at
no
this time of
excuse,
year.
you said it.
But it's not an excuse. You have to be able to build out a team with depth because in late November,
You're gonna need
everyone's hurt. Everyone's hurt, right? Half the time, the battle to the playoffs is just about who's the healthiest in December. Like, who can just get to Sunday? Like, who can just be an able body and you walk in and you hobble in and they go, here you go, bud. And you just run back out there and you
I
figure
don't
it
feel
out.
anything. That's
But
great.
I mean, they've had so many injuries on that side of the ball. But it's the biggest thing for me is I even go back to week 1, right? Baltimore. And all of us are looking at that game going, this is going to be a problem. And it's yet to be fixed, whether Barner's in there, whether Milano's in there. Jordan Poyer got introduced to Tristan Wirfs very quickly on a screen, which was crazy.
Well, the question is, do they know what a running back is and what he does and that they have to cover him?
Cover him?
No
Yeah,
matter
it's
where you
usually
go.
helpful.
Do they not know that?
But I mean, Poyer was on practice squad. They're the walking wounded. But it all goes back to when you pay your quarterback $350 million, the depth of the team will suffer. And like when things are struggling, you do look to him and go, "Hey, you better do this. Like you better be able to figure it out."
This speaks directly to what you said about the MVP. If you took this guy,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I stand by Josh Allen's winning the MVP. I think we all said it in the beginning of the season. All 3 of us agreed to this. If you took him out of Buffalo, what's their record? 7-3. They'd be 3-7. Barely 3-7. That's why you look at this and you go, "That's why."
Who
you
even
picked
is
him.
the backup there?
Is
it Kyle
That's
Allen?
a fun game. Hold on.
Or is it Nate
Who is-
Peterman?
No, God, no! Stop it. Nate's dead,
Come on, he always makes a resurgence somewhere.
dude.
Hold on, Bill's roster here. What's your final gun to the
hold
head
on.
answer?
Gun to my head answer.
Who is the Bills' current
Who do I
backup
picture seeing
quarterback?
there?
This is our edition of who he plays.
All right, I'm going to say it's either Chad Henne or
It's not Chad Henne. You're right.
Not Chad Henne. Is it Kyle Allen? Is it his cousin?
No.
Kenny Pickett.
Got stopped.
Kenny Pickett is a lot closer.
Is it Riddler? Desmond Riddler? Yeah, is it?
Desmond Riddler?
No.
Who is it?
You were close with Kenny Pickett. Really close with Kenny
Josh Johnson.
No.
So it's a good chance it could be
You're
Josh.
just making.
In fact, you know what? I'm not going to continue the show until one of you guesses who this backup quarterback is.
All right, here we go.
Is it Dobbs? Is it a pass or not?
It is a former first-round pick.
Oh, that's not helpful.
That's not helpful.
Drew Lock.
It might have been the same draft.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't think Drew Lock was a first-round pick either.
Hold on.
This quarterback has started
was
a playoff
he
game
drafted to
before.
Arizona? Was he drafted to Arizona?
No.
He
Might have worked out better
started a playoff game?
I think so. Pretty sure.
Oh, God, what is this 30 question? This is going to be so painful because someone in the comments is just screaming. Someone watching this show right now is just screaming.
Somebody in Buffalo right now is like, you guys are so stupid.
It's him. They're just screaming at us
Call yourself a fan. You don't even know the backup. God.
I would even argue that, like, if you're looking for kind of a, like a diet version of Josh Allen, okay. Doesn't quite have the arm, but he can move a little bit. Big guy.
Dude, Drew Lock was a great call. That was where I was going. It's not
Big
Mariota.
6'3", 220-pound, 9-year NFL veteran, drafted, I think, the year before Josh Allen.
Chase Daniels is not there anymore.
No, Chase Daniels.
He's done.
Oh my gosh, why can't I
Hold
figure
on,
this out?
Hold on,
He
dude.
was
not
drafted
Barkley.
by
Who was he drafted by?
an NFC North team 9 years ago to be their franchise guy. They've since tried a couple other franchise guys, haven't quite worked out.
Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky.
Yes!
Oh my God. We are such idiots.
The show can continue.
Yes!
Finally. All right, listen. Let's
I
get
love
back
that
to it, okay?
The headline on this episode is going to be, who's the Bills backup
Yeah, who's the
quarterback?
Bills? Dude, I guarantee you, we have some Bills fans in here that have just the last minute and a half just been screaming at the freaking
Super.
TV. I apologize. I'm
I feel
sorry.
like an
But
idiot.
good news
seriously.
for them, like, because not to jinx this, but it's nice to have a quarterback that is so awesome and
so
durable
awesome.
that
You
it doesn't
don't-
matter who
yeah,
your
you
backup
don't, you
is.
don't care. But yeah, I agree with you too, Booty. If Mitch Trubisky's in there, they're 3-7.
Oh, they're not. They're not even that. They're not even that, dude. And that's because they have nobody
problem,
there. But
the problem is, just like what happened with Miami, if Josh is not on his A game, it falls apart.
it's
Falls
badly. It looks bad, right? And that's what's crazy about it is he is so good at putting the ball where he wants it and going through his reads. But at the same time, you don't see a quarterback like him anymore with that like stature that he has. It's like so big and not. It's like the Ben Roethlisberger. Like you're looking at it like, man, if I hit that, I better really hit it, right? Like I'm gonna have to hit it hard. But then we say this all the time. In the back of your mind, you're like, but then Deion Dawkins is gonna hit me, and then Spencer Brown's gonna come hit me. So you're making business decisions. And by the way, I've seen way more business decisions this year on TV than I ever have. That I'm like, you realize that when we say that, you're getting cut, right? Like, we're making a business decision too that you are just not good enough for us. But it's crazy because they're so good on offense that it outshines how bad they are on defense that like people forget that when you get to the playoffs, we say it all the time. These teams are going to be able to run the ball.
Yeah.
And if you can just pound the rock and slowly wear you down, and you know what? The game goes at my pace, not your pace, Josh. Got it. You want to do your sweetness? Guess what? Now we're taking every bit of this 40-second clock just to piss everybody off in Orchard Park. And you know what? While you're pissed, I'm getting fired up. I'm just starting to get a little bit excited, right? That's what's going to happen. And eventually Josh is going to get flustered because he's going to get hit. He's not going to be able to take it. He's going to be able to do too much. And eventually football gods just go, hey, man, can't do everything all the time. Eventually you need to lean on other people to win this game. And it's crazy because they are that good on offense that they deserve it.
Can I say on the flip side of this game, so it may look like, boy, Tampa's kind of reeling. They've had some injuries. They've lost 2 games in a row out of their bye week, but they fight.
Misunderstand me.
They score. They do have next week. They're not out of the woods schedule-wise because they have to play at the Rams, and we'll get to that game next week. So it is possible that the Buccaneers fall to 6-5, but after that, it's 3 straight home games against the Cardinals, the Saints, the Falcons, who I'm sure we'll also touch on. They got a lot of stuff going on right now.
Hey,
They got Panthers, Dolphins.
You know what?
So the Bucs are going to go on a run still, and I think are going to be formidable, even though they lost that game.
Hey, you know what else kind of scares me too, though, is at times, dude, he does this Josh Allen thing again. Like, I'm going to take a safety, and I toss the ball to the other team, and it's like, are we starting? And hear me, because I remember
regress.
like 4 years ago watching a game in my basement where he was holding the ball out like this, and he was young, and they just smacked it away, and somebody was like, what an idiot, right? Are we regressing a little bit because too much is being thrown on us that we're like, I always have to do something instead of like, and I know this is going to sound stupid, but never would I say taking a safety is a good thing. But when you pass it to the other team on the 5-yard line, it's like, listen, I would have rather you just taken that safety, right? when does too much become so much that you're like, guys, I can't break out of this, right? Is that now? Is that in the playoffs? I don't know. But eventually it's starting to happen slowly. And there's things that he does that I go, that's old Josh. That scares me, right?
Yeah, he spent so many years getting rid of like the turnover-worthy plays and all that stuff.
He needed to. He had so much terrible turnovers that it was like, does he not know the main focus is to hold on to the ball? What is he doing? And forever, I feel like he got away from it, and now it's coming back. And it seems to show up when he tries to do too much.
Tries to press.
Instead of being like, hey, check down Charlie, right? Like, we make fun of Kirk Cousins because at times that's where he's going, but it's like sometimes you can't go broke taking a profit, dude. You got to take something, even if it's just a little bit, right? It keeps their now, hey, more eyes on the running back, right? It makes them think about something too while you're gaining something. So that was just my last thought.
Well, I think to your point though, Booney, is he feels that because the defense is poor.
Oh yeah,
like he feels that press. I gotta go because if he doesn't, he's like, dude, my defense is going to give up another touchdown. I can't. I have to score. Like I have to score, and I think that's where you're seeing a little bit of that more come back into Josh. So, but yeah, on Baker's front though, I think that Tampa team is still very formidable. Very, very formidable. Like the
what?
The NFC South is in trouble. I mean, I think that it's still Tampa's. However, if we want to pivot here and someone wants to take it,
wait. I wanted to go first, but you went first, so you just keep going with that Tampa thing. Don't worry. I got something.
Yeah. So Tampa looks really good. Tristan Wirfs is healthy. Gadecki's healthy. Those two guys looked really good this Sunday. Right, getting your two starting tackles back is always going to be very helpful when you're Tampa Bay. Right, and so you look at it. I still think this team is a playoff team.
I'll tell you what, though. Here's my biggest problem with this team. Baker's taking way too many hits. Did you see that touchdown?
Well, he's not sliding anymore, and it's like, get down.
Same thing with Josh. You're both becoming reckless because it seems like there's too much. It seems like we're like, hey, if you don't do it, the team won't do it. And instead, the coaches need to instill hey, you need to rely more on these guys. There's 5 damn receivers out here. Find one. Dude, that hit that Baker took in the end zone, no. You're not taking those every week because the problem is they're not used to taking hits like that. They're not us, right? Our coaches used to beat us into oblivion. And yeah, they felt bad about it at times. Those coaches were like, those guys get hit, you're going to die, right? The problem is this is like a designed run. We want him to score. We just don't want him to go head first into the cornerback, right? Like, slide, dude. Be smarter. If you go down, another great inch. If Baker goes down, this team's not good. I don't give a shit who's behind him.
Don't ask me who the backup quarterback
Don't even care. Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask. Let it be Kyle Trask. Let it be Kyle Trask. God, I'll be so excited.
It's not. That was like 4 years ago.
Is he even in the NFL?
I don't even think Kyle Trask is in the NFL anymore.
We have to answer that too. Okay.
Is it Justin Herbert's brother?
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're stopping the show until you guess their backup quarterback. Another former
Dude,
first
as soon
round
as you said that, I was like, I have zero idea. Another former first round pick?
Yep.
This just goes to what we've said before.
By the way,
you guys don't know how to draft quarterbacks.
Kyle Trask appears to no longer be in the NFL.
Once again, you're Baker, you're so good, they don't even need a backup. Without you, they're not who they are.
This is a very noteworthy. You know what? I'd venture to say that.
Do we know this person?
Let me think here for a second.
Give me a clue.
You do know this person.
Give me a clue.
Hold on.
Is it Teddy Bridgewater?
Heineke.
You guys may have seen this player naked before.
Heineke.
Is it Teddy? Is it Teddy?
Teddy
It's Teddy Bridgewater.
Is it Teddy?
It's Teddy. Yeah.
Definitely.
We may or may not have showered together. It's cool.
Yeah, definitely.
That's right.
It's whatever.
Hey, Teddy, you got any more conditioner over there, buddy? Huh?
No, first of all, you bring your own, okay, bro? You don't ask for any. You don't be that guy in the shower. Hey, can I borrow your soap?
Just tap it
sure,
on shoulders. Can I use your
bar.
soap? It's a bar soap.
Never tap a man on the shoulder in the shower.
Yeah.
Rule number 1.
Always.
But, all right, new mic. Booney,
mic.
you got it.
Okay, here we go. Listen, I have a hot take for tomorrow. Unfortunately, tomorrow must be today because I really think that what the Panthers are doing is unbelievable, and they're probably going to win the South.
Wow. Oh, you're going that far.
I mean, dude, did you not just see him throw for 400 yards? Did you not just see the way that Teteroa McMillan is showing
McMillan's
up?
a stud.
My God, I love watching him. But not only that, but they're also doing the tight end game, which is fun, right? The mismatches, hey, I don't need to burn you deep. I'll just let them go. Who's underneath? Oh, I got 3 big dudes, right? But they're also running the ball. Rico Dowdle, who's obviously since Dallas basically stuck a foot in their ass and was like, yeah, you like me now? Now I'm going to get paid here. Wait, do I want to get paid here? Now you do, right? Because for forever we were all looking at the head coach going, sorry, bro, you're Dave, you're kind of on the hot seat. Now it's like, are y'all about to win the South? I'm not saying that what the Falcons are is amazing, but their offense is star-studded, right? And what Penix was doing, they still kind of kept him in check, right? And then turn around on the other side and throw for 400 yards and run all over the place. Dude, it's like, dude, they're coming out of the woodwork, and they're sneaky at it. And it's the same thing. They don't have a crazy schedule. They don't need to show up and play the Chiefs in Arrowhead in December and be all this rah-rah. They just need to do enough to make it in to be like, hey, we haven't been here in 30 years. It's fucking go time, right? I remember the last time that the Panthers were good before
Cam Newton.
It was a minute, dude. Jake Delhomme. I watched that in high school, the Super Bowl, and I was like, but they were so good all year. What happened? Right? And then they get Cam, they get good for 5 minutes, and then they get shitty again, and it's like, oh my God, they're back. And it's fun because, number one, Bryce Young's kind of starting to shut people down. And it goes back to what we said, listen, that you can't call a guy a bust until you give him some time, right? I agree, dude. Like, I'm watching, he's starting. What? Oh, Jay's mad now. Jay's mad.
It's just as soon as you said you got to give time, Mackie was like, well,
you can't call
McCarthy?
Can
you give it to him? Give it to him. Ding him first. Ding him before
Homer five.
Thank you.
Move on.
Thank you. Also, the way that he at times, like during the game when you're watching it, he seems like he's getting pissed off, right? Like there was a moment in the game, and I don't know who it was, but somebody went to grab him, like it was during a timeout or something. He was kind of like, "Get off me," and he was kind of like, "I'm like, we need to go," and I was like, "Oh, he's starting to get it." He's starting to understand that this league is not about I need to be friends with everybody. It's I'm the goddamn boss, and you do what I say when I say it. And I'm saying get your asses on the line. And I was like, dude, listen, it takes a lot to get it. You have the weaponry around you to get this done. Offensive line, at times, you're giving up sacks. But to be fair, like there was a sack that I saw the safety creep down from 30 yards, and I was like, he's coming. He's coming. And at one point, I think the announcer was like, I'm pretty sure this is a blitz. Just completely untouched. Boom! And it's like, listen, I can't help you when you shoot yourself in the foot, but what I can do is say that when you're on, that's a nice little ball you got there, bud. That thing's a little heater.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing with him is what took so long. Like at the end of last year. Well, no. At the end of last year, they did this exact same thing. They did this exact same thing at the end of last year. They got super hot at the end of the year. Everyone got really excited about Bryce Young and Canales, and they were like, oh, look at this. Because you go back and look at the last 5 weeks of 2024, Bryce Young lit it up. Yeah, absolutely lit it up. And so coming into this year, we're like, oh, it's going to be just pick it up where he left off. He's been super unmemorable up until this point. And so that's my thing is like, can we convince ourselves that is the Bryce Young that we're going to get week in and week out? Or is he the guy that's going to ride this roller coaster and go back down? But, I mean, he's got McMillan. Xavier Leggett was getting back in there. Tommy Tremble's in there rumbling
Tommy
around.
Tremble? I love it. Tommy Tremble!
It's a great football name.
It's
such a great
name.
DJ name, dude. Yeah. Like, get Tommy Tremble! Get it, bro. Oh, yeah. I'm all about it.
Yeah. One thing, every once in a while, your guy here picks up a nugget or two from behind the walls. And I'll tell you, one thing they did with Carolina last year, behind the scenes. So, well, two things. They were 50-50, like in that organization. They were kind of out on Bryce Young early in his second season.
Yeah.
They went with Andy Dalton, and it was not like a let's go to Andy Dalton for 2 weeks and then strategically bring Bryce Young back. It was we're going to Andy Dalton, and we'll see if we ever get back to Bryce Young.
Yeah. It was a great kick in the dick for him.
And Andy Dalton gets hurt with the thumb or whatever it was, and then Bryce Young comes back in. And there was a temptation because Bryce was having a hard time. They were giving up pressures to kind of fold into the short passing game of, well, let's just go quick game. And there was a discussion in Carolina about, well, what if in the face of pressure we started hunting down the field more and go deep and try to take advantage. And so you saw this. So last year, Bryce Young, he had one of the in the second half of the season, one of the highest average depth of targets of any quarterback in the league. He was hunting down the field. He had a couple games where the average throw was between 10 and 14 yards in the air.
Yeah.
And I think they brought it back a little bit this year, but they decided, hey, let's hunt for big plays down the field and see what happens. And now they're feasting on a weak schedule, but winning the games that they weren't for years and years. And they're fun to root for, man.
You're winning your divisional games, which is huge, right? And you said it when you talk about like, hey, the theory behind throwing against a blitz. There's a million different theories, right? Like some people think that you should throw over here. Some people think you should throw over here. The truth is, when they blitz, at some point somebody's manned up. And as long as you can find out who's manned up and you go, oh, it's Tetsuroa McMillan. Here we go. I'm just going to throw this down. He's going to catch it, right? Xavier Leggett. All right, here we go, bro. Catch one for me, right? It's not hard. The truth is, who is it? That's the hardest thing. You need to start finding out, are they bracketing him? Are they not? Are they man on the outside? Like, what are we doing? And once you have, number one, the confidence to do it and the knowledge, dude, game's yours, man. You just have to go out and drop your balls.
I think a lot of it, too, is just building trust with a rookie receiver.
Yeah.
Right? Like building trust that, hey, you are going to be singled up. I'm going to put this ball there, and you're going to be there.
I trust that
you're going to see the coverage. You're going to understand the coverage, and you're going to convert the route. Right? And I can put it there without even seeing you there and know that's where you're going to be. That takes time, right? And Leggett's only in year 2. Tetro McMillan's only in year 1. Like, so it's not like, and they get rid of Adam Thielen, right? Adam Thielen was a huge piece of that in the back half of last year with them. So they lose their veteran guy, which I think was that trusted feel of, hey, I get the ball and it's my second year. Adam Thielen sees the blitz. There he is, right? So he's got to build all of that piece up with him. But I really like what they're doing of just committing to the run game. Just commit to it, and that's where you can get those deep action, play action shots is when that safety sneaks up there because you guys are getting gashed up the middle. I really like what Carolina's doing. I mean, I had them picked to win the South early in the year and make the playoffs, but we'll see. I mean, I think that I read today Penix might be out for the year with a knee injury, so it might be Kirko Chains the rest of the way down there, right? So panic time in Atlanta. Like you look around
Tampa
the rest
and
of
Carolina, man.
It's Tampa. It's just Tampa, Carolina.
They're one
Saints,
game away.
I forgot
They're
the Saints
one game
still
away right
exist. Besides, I have a client on there.
do?
I'm like, just put him on, right? But like they were on bye week this week. I was like, the Saints play. I was like, oh, yeah, they're on bye week, right? But you look at it from a statistical standpoint, and you're just going, there's no one. It's a 2-horse race in the South. It's gonna be then. I think Tampa's probably still the more talented team, but that's gonna be a really fun one to watch.
When does who play next, Boone?
Until Mike
Tampa
Evans
and Carolina
comes back, I feel like Tampa is, once again, they're trying so hard, whereas Bryce Young is, to me, when I watch it, and this is just the feeling I get, it's more like he's just playing loose, right? He's just scanning and throwing darts, whereas, once again, Baker's like, I got to run for my life. And it's like, if you can continue to keep him in those situations, eventually bad things are going to happen. And I'm not saying that I'm going against, because there is still a lot of short game in the Panthers game, but what Jay said is easily the best thing, right? The fact that they can run the ball and then play action off of it just cooks these dudes down the field. And eventually you're like, hey, man, are you going to be able to stop all this? Like, they're starting to get their footing. They're starting to get going. They're a very young nucleus. They have a young coach. Like, man, if they start hitting on all strides soon, watch out for the Panthers for the next couple of years, because, Jay, you and I both know that once you start rolling as a nucleus, you just have those guys start finding their teammates. And you're like, get rid of these guys. They're the old Panthers. We're the new Panthers, right? Like, instantly you start changing the old guard, and I'm excited for them, too, because I love those colors, dude. The baby blue and the black.
I know.
Bro,
It's a great
Part of the problem for the Panthers, this has all been great, and I have been a big proponent of the Panthers, is that was probably the peak of their season yesterday, getting to 6-5, because now they go at San Francisco Monday night, a week from tonight, and then they play the Rams in week 13 before a late bye week. They do get 2 games against Tampa Bay, week 16 and 18, though.
I love when they do that. I
if
love
you
when
can-
they do the turnaround.
If you can take advantage, and you have a game against New Orleans, there's a Seattle game in there too. So here's
We'll
their
get to
path.
them. Don't worry.
Here's their
We'll get
path.
to
They're
them.
6-5. If they drop let's say they drop the games against the NFC West, and that's
Say
3
they drop
losses.
2. Say they drop 2.
No, I'm saying they can drop all 3 and then win. Then you have to beat Tampa twice and New Orleans to get to 9-8. You win the division if you
So
do
you go
that.
3-3 in the next 6 games. You go 3-3.
But make the 3 wins your division games.
Yeah,
you win
no,
the division.
absolutely. It's huge. I
That's
mean,
your path.
when is Mike Evans slated to come back? Because that's the one thing that I feel will help relieve Baker in what he's in right now. And I'm not saying he's playing bad. I'm just saying at times you're like, dude, you got to slow down. That hit he seriously took in the end zone, I don't think we're talking about it enough because he did the scorpion, bro. He literally touched his back to the ground while his face was touching there. You're like, that's not physically possible. That's not how quarterbacks are supposed to take hits. We're going to see you in, 3 weeks? So you have to get 3 more weeks of that before we see you, and we're starting to hit on all cylinders. It's a different game. It's a different mind game. We're out here just, and you're over here like, guys, we got to do this right now. We got to go. If you don't do it, I got to do it. It's like the speeding it up in their mind makes them panic, which causes bad things to happen. Where the Panthers are more like, yeah, we're just out here to play. We're going to do what we do. And do I think that they drop all 3 in the West? No. I could see them easily winning 1, if not maybe 2. Like, their offense is a problem. You just put up 400 yards in the NFL. Tell me how many quarterbacks are putting up 400 yards. Josh Allen put up 400 yards last week?
No, I just scored 6
My
touchdowns.
point exactly. It doesn't matter. He didn't put up 400 yards. You know what that tells me? That tells me you controlled the entire game. The ball went with you up and down the field. Now, let me ask you something. Do the Niners have Freddie Warner? Do they have Bosa? This becomes problems down the road, right? I get Brock Purdy's back, and I'm excited too. And you beat a half-decent team. I get it, right? But at some point, this offense with the Panthers, if they really put foot on gas, dude, they could be dangerous. They got names on here that you're looking like, holy shit, Chuba Hubbard's still there? And they do the 21 pony thing. They're out there like 21, baby. Let's roll. And I'm like, ooh, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Right? I want to see both of them go in different directions. Bryce Young does the who has it thing. Go nuts, man. Have fun.
Hey, I think we're all rooting for the Panthers. We'll see. They got some tough games.
Are you Mackey, though, really?
I am. I told you. I took them.
I only root for the Vikings.
The over 6.5. Oh, we'll get to them at some point.
I'd
love to remike this.
Yep, remike, Bill.
I'd love to remike this
what do you got?
The ugliest great team in NFL history. I'm calling it right now. The Philadelphia Eagles. Okay.
Oh yeah, dude.
Once again, there they are, slopping their way to another win yesterday. So they can barely scratch 100 passing yards in a game. Saquon Barkley's dropped off a cliff. Their best play is a quarterback sneak. You have a wide receiver begging out every week to the point where he had an owners meeting this week for Jeffrey Lurie to be like, can you please not do this? And despite all of that, they are the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. They're 8-2, and they now have wins this season over the Lions, Chiefs, Rams, Packers, and Buccaneers. Make it make sense. The Eagles.
I'm telling you right now. What was that old show, Playmakers? There you go.
Yeah.
It makes sense now. Is it all coming back? For all you old heads, the Playmakers show, my brother and I used to watch it. We were like, there's no way this is what it's like. That's exactly what it's like in Philly. But I'm going to tell you right now, you guys keep buying into this dysfunction. I'm telling you, there's secret meetings where Lori's like, listen, I want you to go on Twitch and tell them to let you go. And we're going to have everybody thinking this place is a mess. You guys are all looking at this game backwards. I looked at this more like, was this the Super Bowl? Was this 2 competing teams that are going to go at it and to the death? Like, no offense, but like the Lions should have destroyed them last night. They should have absolutely destroyed them. And maybe you're thinking Philly did more than they should have. Or maybe I'm just so lost in last year's Lions that I'm expecting it to do that again. Wait, no, don't. What's wrong with you, right? Like, the Lions are a great team. But if you can get on their core early, it's over. Game's over. And I'm going to tell you right now, Dan, Quinn, Campbell, I love you. I do. But we need to find a way to get 0 in space with the ball. Because the minute he does one move, everybody's gone. And he's just running down the field. But instead, they kept going and like, hey, let's do it from the eye and from the gun. And it's like, more space. You're not understanding that the core is getting destroyed over here, right? At one point, dude, Jared Goff got like cemented.
That was bad.
I didn't think he was getting up, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at this going, question. I know the Lions are good, but really, maybe the Lions just fought so hard that kept Philly down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were looking at it like, God, both these offenses are just trash. And yeah, Jared Goff missed a lot of throws. And yeah, they dropped a lot of balls. And at times you were like, where the hell is he throwing it? Right? Like the old Jared came back, and we were all like, nope. Even Dan Campbell, at times they showed him on the sideline. He was red hot.
There's nowhere to turn. He's the new play caller. So real quick, and this is maybe more of a this might be a film breakdown because we've definitely, you guys have responded, the audience, to our run game breakdowns, and so we're going to keep doing a lot of those. But But there's also like the what happened in the pass protection game bin. And maybe this is an unfair question for you guys to answer until you look at the film, but Jared Goff was pressured 15 times last night. Yeah. One completion Dude, in the 15 times he was pressured.
Completely off.
It's if you're not a mobile quarterback, the kiss of death is interior pressure. Right, Mackey, how many times did you watch it happen to Kirk Cousins and it just freaking folds him? Yeah. Right?
You're not going to bait me into ripping my guy Kirk Cousins on this show.
Come on, take the instigator. Right?
Do it.
How many times did you watch you get anything up the middle? Anything up the middle with a quarterback that doesn't feel comfortable escaping? Like Lamar Jackson's like, dude, please pressure me up the middle so I can just
dare
escape.
You to let this edge go.
Like,
I'm gone.
Please come here. But when you're Jared Goff, when you're Kirk Cousins, even now, I mean, you look at some of the like Justin Herberts and those guys that are sitting in that pocket and want to be that pocket presence. The blueprint was out with the Vikings. The Vikings did it. The Vikings put the blueprint out and said, hey, cross dogs and blitz up the middles, make these running backs protect. Even David Montgomery got ran over yesterday. And so all of a sudden Goff is now feeling this pocket, not collapse around the edges, but it's collapsing from the middle. And to that point that Boone was talking about, that hit that he took last night, he was escaping the wrong way. Mm-hmm. He was falling out the back of the pocket, which is, if you're a quarterback, that's the kiss of death.
Especially if you're a non-mobile quarterback.
They call that no man's land. I'm not kidding.
Between 9
and 11 yards is no man's land. As a tackle, I cannot protect that. I cannot protect 9.5 to 12 yards. Like, it's impossible. They're going to bend the corner, and I can't physically keep going without oversetting and giving up my inside. And so if Goff's getting pressure from the middle, he's scared to step back up. He can't step up into the pocket. So now he's starting to feel like I have to retreat backwards to get it. And he's going to get killed if he does that. Because now every DN is going to go, hey, it's a race to 9 yards. Right. It's a race to 9 yards.
That's what they want.
They're going to look at each other and go, hey, I'll beat you there. I'll beat you there. And they're just going to go beeline to 9 yards because they know that these quarterbacks aren't being able to step up in the pocket. And when you've got guys like Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis, right, guys that can just truly not just push. Like, they're not trying to win. They're just trying to push. And there's been a chink in the armor with that interior three this year, and that's been the biggest issue. I mean, and I think Fangio called a really good game. I think Fangio called a very good game of mixing up looks of pressure, mixing up drops, not letting him get the run game going at times. But I just thought that was a really good game by Vic, but I'm not buying the Eagles, dude. I just can't. It's all going to come crashing down at one point, and I have a feeling it's going to be like in the first round of the playoffs. Like, I think they'll be able to work their way through, but once you get in the playoffs, man, I don't know. This is a different dysfunction than last year, right? I feel like last year was a lot of just kind of like random chaos. Like, that's fine. This year it feels like a lot more internal conflict. Yeah, I think you can deal with random chaos outside. The internal conflicts, dude, A.J. Brown gave up on a route last night. Just gave up. Just stopped running a go route that Jalen gave him a chance to go get. You don't get to sit there and bitch about, I need to be more involved in the offense. I need this, I need that. And then you just give up on a route. Like, that's the kind of stuff that's just going to start to friction. And that's the internal conflict that I worry about, things starting to just come unraveled at the seams in December.
Real quick, and just to jump in off a couple of your points quick, could I make a case, and maybe this is more of a hot take Tuesday take, but could I make a case that even though the Lions got absolutely bludgeoned and only scored 9 points, that I might actually feel better about the Lions as a Super Bowl contender if they can get there than the Eagles, based on, the Lions defense has kind of come around this year. It's a top 6-7 pressure defense, and they held the Eagles in check offensively last night too. And if the Lions don't go 0 for 5 on fourth down, if they convert 2 of those, they win the game.
Dude, it was so bad. But the problem is Philly's being run by their defense right now. When you have a defensive-led team, you become instantly scary. Why? Because you're just nasty, okay? Go ask the 2001 Baltimore Ravens with Ray Lewis and all those guys that were like, listen, just score 10 points and we'll take care of this shit, okay? Like, they're run differently. And that's why when I look at them, I go, no, I still fear them because I've said this for weeks, and Jay just reiterated it, and I'm not kidding when I say this. Pressure up the middle is the first slit across the throat. It will kill your team faster than anything. They shore it up in meetings before they do anything. Why? Because if it comes from the side, I can go this way. I can go this way. Hell, I can see it coming from a mile away. I can get rid of the ball. When it comes from 2 yards in front of me, I can't stop it. And Jay's right. If I can't be mobile, what good am I? Like, you need to have an answer for me now, or else I got to dirt the ball, or I have to throw it behind somebody, or let it sail. Like, it makes sense as to why they're having trouble. He's seeing ghosts. They can't shore it up. And we've talked about Pandora's box. All the listeners know once you open this box, every D coordinator goes, scratch everything. This becomes plan one. What is it? I don't care, but it's 3 dudes running through the middle, and it better hurt something, right? Like, they just go, bodies in the middle will scare the quarterback. And it did. And now, don't get me wrong. I'm on dropping balls. That ain't it. I'm telling you right now, I don't give a shit. If you claim to be the best, Jerry Rice was the best. And I met Jerry. And Jerry never talked about why he was the best. He just caught the goddamn ball when it came to him. And at times, it probably wasn't even meant to go to him, but he did some shit that people were like, that dude's a dog, right? I get winning. But at times, you look at this and you're like, Mackey said it. Where does it go? Because now Dan's taking over. Dan's taking the play calling. It doesn't get anywhere else, bro. You either shore up this middle of this O-line or this whole season's wasted. And people are like, you're overreacting. I'm not. I played on the O-line. I know what happens. Every D coordinator goes, I want blood in the middle now. And the 3 interior guys are looking at each other like, shit. Now I got to do a lot more moving. Now I got to do a lot more punching. Now I got to do a lot more thinking. Now my antennas have to be up, right? My tackles are probably like, you guys suck. We are literally the best 2 tackles in the league other than Phillies, and you're screwing this up for us. Like, drives me nuts, pisses me off because I know they're a good team. It just, they were kind of calling out Tate Ratledge last night, and they were like, Tate Ratledge, like, they're young. People forget that. They're young. They're going to take a minute. So maybe we start to change a little bit of our offense to tailor to them because we do have an explosive team when we can figure shit out, right? Play action's great because it causes more double teams. Right? Maybe we just partner these dudes up with their tackles a little bit more. Hey, Panay, you're going to go this way instead of that way, right? But now here comes the problem. Who are we putting out there to block the $180 million, right? Because we're going to get to what Myles Garrett did in a minute. Don't get me wrong, right? Single-handedly almost won that game. These problems with the Lions get shored up now or else you're not even making it to the playoffs.
I can't disagree with any of that.
One more thing off this game here.
Do it.
Is we actually had yesterday, I guess I'm going to re-mic within this new mic here. Football. NFL referees.
That's a 4 call. 4.
We had 2 of the worst pass interference calls you'll ever see yesterday. One of them was a phantom call in that Spain game against the Dolphins.
Horrible.
It's like, what are we even looking at? But then
this Philly
you
one.
had that call against. So it was a minute 51 left on a 3rd and 8 to kind of decide the direction of the end of the game there. And it was real. If anything, it should have been maybe an offensive push-off.
For sure.
Just don't call anything.
No.
So we've got this virtual mysterious ref system where they can randomly change calls from above, and we use it sometimes. So I don't get, like, on these chunk penalties, these 15-yarders or pass interference calls. Can't someone just be like, Bob? Actually, hey, listen, man. Yeah, there was nothing there. Can't we just get it right?
I think it would actually make the fans think that it's even rigged even more. This is the human error of it, right? We're going to get stupid calls, and if somebody does radio down and is like, that was stupid, then all of a sudden someone's going to go, hey, you saw holding on that call. Why didn't you call down and tell them to throw it for holding, right? Don't even open this gate. I understand it. I was more pissed off than anybody. And I'm talking, I was there when the Saints were playing the Rams, and that dude got destroyed, and everybody was like, the flag's coming. It's coming. It's going to come any minute. And, like, the place went crazy. Like, that shit happens, and it is so annoying. Don't get yourself in that situation, and don't tell me about it, okay? Because I was there. My biggest issue is this. For as shitty as Jared Goff did, and this is my last, as terrible as that game was, they almost won. That's my problem.
Yeah.
So who's really good and who's really bad? Because I just saw a dude complete 25% of his passes, which, by the way, gets you, right? And they're over here like, we only lost by 6 points. What? Are you serious?
The Lions, that game, I get that you guys are right. They need to shore some stuff up, and if they don't, they're not going to win a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. But if they can shore it up a little bit in the middle, I'm not going to judge them off of what probably is their low point in the season.
But you have to be fair, though. Philly's a Super Bowl contending team, so you have to look at that and go, that's a good team. They're led by their defense. You're going to see 4 of those in the playoffs. Can you handle this week
That's-
in? Now, by
that's
the
a
way,
great
it's
point.
week in and week out, and guess what? It's going to be
harder,
real cold. It's going to be real cold. It's going to get snowy. It's going to be loud. You're not going to hear me, right? These are the things that it takes to win the Super Bowl, and that's why we look at this.
Is Detroit? I mean, Detroit right now would be a wild card team, right?
Yeah, they're
So like
eighth.
they would
I
have.
don't even
They'd
think
have to
they're
go.
in.
They'd have to go on the. No, they're in. They're wild.
It's. I thought it was 3 NFC West teams are in right now, and then
Because they're what 7-3.
no, they're
Are they
6
6
and
and
4. Dude, they're
They're
out.
6
I
and
think
four.
they're the
Hold
first team
on.
out.
Booney's 100% right.
Yeah,
They
they're the
are.
first team
They
out,
are.
dude.
They're the 8th seed right now. They're at 6 and 4. If the playoffs started today, the Lions would not be in the playoffs.
That's crazy.
See what happens when you can't show up your core? I'll tell you right now, y'all laughed at me when I was like, I'm a guard. I'm a guard. I'm important.
Guards don't matter. Yeah.
Guards aren't-
No,
guards
do
aren't
they matter now? Yeah.
Hit him right now
Hey.
with an instigator. You know what you want to do? Want to talk about a team? Want to talk about a team, Mac? Let's talk
Oh,
about
no,
a team.
hold on.
Hold on, we'll get to all this. There's a lot more meat on this bone. A lot more meat here. Hey, for the Minnesota-based audience or Upper Midwest, Mystic Lake is a great place to hang out for game days. Old Jay.
Yeah, I think that there's probably a lot of beers being drunk at the Mystic Lake for the game day experience yesterday. Right, from the kickoff to final whistle, all season long. There are giveaways, fan experiences, bring you the energy of the stadium right to you. If you're going to go to the Vikings game, right, you want to go hang out at US Bank, you can hop on a quick $15 round trip to the stadium. You don't have to park, just travel there, travel back. When you get back, or you can just hang out there for the rest of game day, hang out at the Hop House, right? It's got specials. The specials are great. They're always flowing food and drinks. And then once the game's over and you take the shuttle back or you just stay there, just keep it on going. You just might as well stay there, stay at the luxurious hotel suites. You're perfect for tuning a great game for an unforgettable getaway. Why not? Whether you're a diehard fan, you just love the thrill of the game, they've got something for everyone. At Mystic Lake, every day is game day. Whether it's the thrill, the food, or the fun, it's your time to play. Visit mysticlake.com.
Also, a shout out to Menards, one-stop shop for everything for your car, and that includes Splash windshield washer fluid. So we're getting on, especially Upper Midwest here, there's going to be snow and sleet at some point, which means your windshields are going to be all dirty. So if you're planning a road trip this holiday season, make sure that you top off the windshield washer fluid before you hit the road. Splash -20 windshield washer fluid is the go-to choice, formulated with special additives to help you see safely wherever you choose to drive this winter. So head to Menards today and stock up on Splash windshield washer fluid, because performance matters on the road and beyond. Also, click that like button on this video if you're on the YouTube channel, and the subscribe button on the O-Line Committee channel as we work our way toward 40,000 subscribers. Help us get there by clicking that subscribe button. So, Jay, you go throw out next mic here. Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna go right here behind me, man. The Kings of the West are dead. They're dead. The Kings of the AFC West are dead. There is a new king in town, and it runs through 5280. The Denver Broncos are gonna win the West, and honestly, maybe the number 1 seed in the AFC. Like, they are playing their defense. Boone, you talked about the defense for Philly. The defense for Denver is disgusting. Ding me for what?
The Colts didn't play this week. That's the only reason you're saying that. You haven't seen them play in a week, and you've forgotten how good they are.
We'll see on Sunday night.
Yeah,
we'll see. Never mind. We'll see at 1 p.m. on Sunday next week when they play
seriously.
the Chiefs.
Who doesn't flex this damn game already? Enough, NFL.
Well, I mean, why would you flex a 5-5 Chiefs team? Why would you flex a 5-5 Chiefs team?
Because I'm not an idiot, and
I'm
I
not
know
going to
what's
flex a
on the 5-5.
I'm not going to flex a 5-5 Chiefs team. I'd rather just have a better game on.
You wouldn't want to see.
Dude,
you wouldn't want to
guys,
see Taylor Swift.
Did you guys listen? Did you listen to Bo Nix after the game in his interview?
Yeah.
Right. He's talking about, like, he's like, oh, that's a good team over there. Like it's like, dude,
It's a real competitive team over there.
You're talking about like the team that's owned you guys for the last
9
decade.
straight years. Nine straight
And
years.
You
dude.
guys win, and he's like, yeah, that's a pretty good football team over there. We really felt like it was like, man, you're already little brother in Pat Mahomes. Good for you. Good for you, Bo Nix. Good for you, Sean Payton. Like, the way that they were able to win that game, if they can start clicking and finishing in the end zone, that game's not even close. I mean, if they can score even 1 touchdown when they go down there early in the first half and they end up kicking 2 field goals, that game is completely out of reach. J.K. Dobbins wasn't even healthy for this game
they didn't even have
either.
a run game, dude.
Right? They had Harvey going a little bit, but man, Franklin, him showing up big, Cortland Sutton showing up big. I wasn't a Bronco believer, but that game turned me into one. That game turned me into a Bronco believer. What they're able to do, and they're now 9-2.
Yep.
9-2 with a commanding lead, 4-game lead over the division, I believe, or 3-game lead over the division. I mean, it's the Broncos' world in the AFC West, and the rest of everyone's just living in it.
I mean, they have the best defense in the NFL eye test. I think they're, in terms of scoring defense, they're third, but like the way that they get after quarterbacks, the interception that they flustered him into throwing, and then the
sack there at the end.
How many times have you seen a sack like that Patrick Mahomes takes?
He doesn't take
He
those
never
sacks.
takes a sack like that in that situation, and he did not see the defender coming. And so I think what's kind of crazy here is you've nailed it with the division. So it's technically a 2-game lead, but the Chargers got smoked yesterday.
Chargers are dead.
So the Chargers
they're literally dead. Like every player on that team,
they're on life support. Like, please, Cabo.
And the Chiefs right now at 5-5 are sitting here, and they got that Colts game this weekend. So they are in legitimate danger of missing the playoffs. And there's no. For a number of years, they had the offensive easy button that they could just hit, right? I mean, I looked this up before the show. Between 2018 and 22, so the first 5 years of the Mahomes dynasty, no team by a mile had more 30-point games on offense. They would just, things are getting tough. Here's 21 points. We're down by 3 touchdowns in a playoff game to the Texans. Boop, here's 30 unanswered, right?
No worries.
There's Tyreek Hill. So they had 45 games the first 5 years of the dynasty of 30-plus points in a regular season game. The last 3 years, only 8 of them. The Jaguars have more.
Well, we know why,
so
though.
they can't score in bulk like they used to, so they get themselves into these close games, and they don't have the knockout.
Well, that's what happened last year. Last year it was the Golden Horseshoe, right? The 11 one-score wins.
By the way, they haven't won any
was.
of those this year. The one-score games, they haven't won
It all comes back, man. We talked about it last year. Like, are the Chiefs that good? Right? Yes, they're great at finishing games, and they're great at finding a way to win at the end. But so many of those games last year were coin flip games, and this year the coin's just landing on the other side.
How many one-score wins do they have?
Zero.
Zero.
They have
Exactly.
zero one-score.
This year they haven't done anything.
Zero one-score wins this year.
Yeah.
That eventually those things, you can't just keep putting yourself in a position at the end of the fourth quarter and think we're going to win all these games all over again, right?
Yeah.
It's the National freaking Football League, man. I mean,
The National
Football League. If you think that you're just going to find a way every single week, it doesn't work that way. And as teams around you are getting better, like the Broncos got exponentially better in the offseason, and you barely beat them on a blocked field goal last year, naturally you'd think they would beat you this year. And then you go out and you lay an egg in week 1, and everything just starts, it's just kind of starting to snowball. I am so fascinated, boys, on how they respond to something like this, because in the Mahomes era, they've never been in this position.
No.
Like, they have never been. I want to know, and maybe this is a stat, that have they ever had a losing record in the Mahomes era?
Dude, they've won the West in the last 9
Oh,
years
you mean
in a row.
if they lose this week?
You mean like in season?
In season. If they lose this week and they fall to 5-6, has that ever happened in the Mahomes era? Have they ever been under
500 ever?
Under 500
No.
this late in the
No.
year? Like into November, pushing into the December, flirting with
dude.
December? Been
It's why
under
we love him.
500?
No, it's why we love them so much, because
how
every
do they
time-
respond? How does that team respond? Like, that is uncharted territory for Travis Kelce, for Patrick Mahomes, for Creed Humphrey, Chris Jones, Drew. Like, that is uncharted waters. They've never been in there before. I am fascinated to see if they fight their way out of it or if it just starts to snowball on top of them.
It's funny you say that, because they've already kind of been fighting this year a little bit. Remember when Drew Tranquil and
Tried to kill Chris Jones?
Yeah,
he was
they were
gonna lose
going at
that
it a little
fight.
bit. But you haven't seen that. And I agree. You've never been here. You don't understand what the adversity is like to have everyone look at you like, what's wrong with you, right? Like, you've been running this shit. What? Are you okay? But we know what it's been, right? You're losing players. Tyreek Hill goes. All of a sudden, you start losing. Thuney goes. All of a sudden, you can't find a left tackle. You don't have a run game anymore. Like, all these things eventually started adding up last year. And we were like, we just can't count them out, though, right? Because they're that good. They're going to find a way. And last year, Mahomie was doing Mahomie things on the sidelines where people thought he was running out. And he was really breaking out. And it was like, son of a bitch. Now it's starting to catch up. People are starting to dice them up more. They're starting to figure out their defense and be like, all right, well, listen, if they're just going to bring everybody here, just throw it out there. Let's make a play out there. And who better than the Broncos? Like, you want to talk about an offense that has receiving weapons everywhere. Every time somebody catches the ball, I go, forgot that guy was there. Right? I'm looking at it now. Williams, Franklin, Bryant, Mims, Sutton, Ingram, Jesus Christ, dude, we got more dudes than we need over here, and I didn't even name any of the running backs, and it's like
RJ Harvey.
That's why they're working. Dobbins, this is why they work. And then you talk about flip side, they're able to get after the pass rusher. That's why these games are always so close till the fourth quarter, because nobody can ever break away a lead. Nobody can even pass the damn ball against them because the defensive ends are destroying them between Bonito and Cooper, and the fact that they have such a stranglehold.
Stud, too.
Dude, Zach Allen's eating this year because of those two, and he's taking advantage. Dude, what VJ's doing with that defense is going to earn him another head coaching job somewhere if he wants it. Like, eventually people are going to be like, you're doing too good. You need to take over another team, right? Like, the Cardinals, let's just agree, the Cardinals are just a fucking mess. They're just a mess, man. I'm sorry. I can't. I love you, JG. I love you out of there. But what would happen with him down there was an anomaly, because then he goes right over to the Broncos and he's just got this defense reeling again, right? And now all of a sudden your offense is starting to pick up with Sean Payton. They're in their second year. Yeah, they're not firing on all cylinders like we want them to, but they're winning big games. And that's the one thing that when you look at this, you go defensively, they can stop people and they can squeak it out at the end, and they're battle tested. Like, they never look like there's too much for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Dude,
and they
you have to love this.
I mean, my dad's
Broncos,
dad's over the freaking.
He's probably going nuts. Right
now.
Oh,
he was so happy yesterday.
We got to get him on the show. I love him.
He'll be here this week. He gets in tonight, so he'll make an appearance tomorrow. But you know what it kind of reminds me of is everyone always would talk about, dude, why are the Chiefs so clunky in October, right? Why are they kind of clunky offensively? And then what happens in December? Click, bye. If this offense is flirting with that in Denver. Like, Denver's offense is flirting with if things click even 10 times more, right? 10 more plays click than they don't, we win that game by 3 touchdowns.
Yep, maybe
right.
4.
So if we can start moving to where, hey, now it's 8 plays, 6 plays, and then by the time we hit December and like December 15th, this team will be terrifying. If they can stay healthy and if they can just start fixing 1 or 2 things a game and doing better and better every single week, if Sean Payton has this offense humming come mid-December, they are absolutely a Super Bowl contender.
You know what it is? If they can just clean up their third down, that's it. You just start extending these drives a little bit more, and instantly you're going to start wearing on defenses more, and it's gonna pay off. And listen, this was a good team you played. The Chiefs are tough. I don't give a shit what their record is or what people say.
Yeah,
that's a tough team, right? They're going
to
to
come your big brother. It's been your big brother for a decade.
To come out and win that game, super awesome. And now that they have full reins of the West, has made this super interesting. Because Jay's right. The Chargers, my brothers, they're dead. They're dead.
That was a rough one, man.
Oh, rough.
They're
is not
so
the
hurt.
word. Oh,
I don't know if there's more injured team in the NFL right now. I mean, the Niners would make a hard case on defense, but offensively, I don't know if there's more injured team on offense. I mean, Vital's out. Omarion Hampton's out.
Houston might look at you like, we lost our quarterback, dude.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, they've lost their 3 running backs in a row, right? It goes Hampton, Haskins, Vital. And you talk about a team that just wants to throw it. And then, oh, yeah, by the way, your starting 2 tackles are out. Like, it's just that offense cannot get over the hump. It's just brutal to watch. Justin Herbert's getting killed. Like, he's getting murdered. And he's a big dude. But, I mean, he's just getting hammered every single week. I mean, I don't even know if he was that hurt, but I think Harbaugh's just like, I can't in good conscience put you back out there and watch you die. Like, I love you too much to do that to you and to watch you die.
And by the way,
pull him out.
Yeah, Bradley Bozeman, that fake flop, that's a ding. That's a ding. That's conduct
100%.
unbecoming.
That's so bad.
First of all,
you can't do that.
The fact that you didn't try to get him and like flinch at him, yes, double ding. Mackey, where are we going? Go ahead, get the bell ready. Get the bell ready.
You can ding me for picking this game, but we're gonna give props to the new leader of the NFC North here.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the Vikings as well. But the
Chicago
Chicago Bears.
It's not the Vikings.
No, it is not. No. It's definitely not the Vikings. But the Bears, they're walking a tightrope here. But they don't have to give any of those 7 wins back. They're 7-3. They lead the NFC North right now, so they would be hosting a playoff game at Soldier Field. And I think what's wild is some of the things I said. Negative point differential, but they lead the NFL in takeaway percentage. I think 20% of opposing teams' drives result in a turnover against the Bears defense. 1 in every 5. And they now have 5 wins in the final 2 minutes, thanks in part to the Duvernay big kick return after. So that's the other thing. On the Viking side, I mean, it's hard to find a more inaccurate, bad quarterback performance up until the final drive, and then boom, like 9 shows up and puts the Vikings in front, but the Bears respond with the big kick return. And so, hey, they got to 7-3. I don't know how sustainable it is for it to be based on takeaways and just winning in the final 2 minutes, but hey, they got some cushion now.
The more they hand the ball to Monangai,
the
better things will be.
Talk about a steamroll.
That dude runs like he has absolutely no care for if he wakes up the next morning. Right? Like every time he touches the ball, I might die on this play, but it'll be worth it. Like it'll be worth it as I steamroll through. Like the way he ran through Metellus on the goal line, like they slowed it down and he was just it's
the way he hit it.
Dude, the way he just got absolute. He is so fun, and he's kind of been the lightning bolt for this offense that has kind of jolted. Like Swift is what he is, right? He's a good running back in the NFL, but Monangai's that excitement. Like he's that one when you're the O lineman and you see him run in and you're like, hey buddy,
here we go.
Right, I'm gonna get out of your way.
Oh right? Yeah.
Like if not, you're gonna run right down my back. Like that brings a different level of excitement to the Bears run game. And then again, Caleb Williams does enough crazy things to extend plays. I mean, that one where he had Dallas Turner had him dead to rights, and then all of a sudden he just spins out, and you're like, man, that's why you got drafted number 1 overall. I was watching the game with my buddy, and we were in the deer blind. And he's like, how good can Caleb Williams actually be? I was like, the talent level, he could be the greatest ever. Like, just based off a talent level.
He's so big, dude.
He's big, he's fast, he's got a cannon arm. If he can ever actually click it together between the ears, he has the opportunity to be one of the greatest to ever play the position. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, but just the skill set on that dude is crazy. And you're seeing Ben Johnson slowly unlock it, one game at a time, 1 week at a time. And so Ben Johnson was the perfect hire for them to come in and try and fix this quarterback that has every tool in the world to be great. And we'll just see if he can actually do it, because it looks like they're on the path now. This offense it looks like the Lions from last year, man. It's exciting. You've got guys running around. You've got different things going on. Oh, yeah, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland. Like, you just go down the list of the weapons. I think Ben Johnson is probably an early candidate for Coach of the Year.
Dude, and by the way, shout out Kevin Warren. I saw him in the after game. Did you guys see him? When they were doing the game ball, Kevin Warren in the back, he's just the greatest in the world.
Loved Kevin. He sat in front of me on the plane every week.
I love him. If you don't know Kevin, you don't even know yourself. He is the greatest guy in the world. But I want to reiterate what you said about the Monangai thing. When you can put a running back there that goes this way as opposed to that way, and I know you didn't even see that because that's how sad it is. It goes one of those ways, right? It forces the defense to go, do you really want to tackle this dude? Do you really want to sit in here and fight with me? Do you want to do this right now? It puts them in a different mindset, right? And then the next play is what? Some crazy magical play, and they're like, dude, I just got my face punched in, and now all of a sudden the ball's going double which way. Like Luther Burton's going this way, Roma Dune's going this way. The linebacker's like, shit, it's not a handoff. And now he's booking it back. Like, they do such a good job of like punching you in the mouth while still keeping you on your toes, but then all of a sudden they throw it, right? And the big play down the field, and you're like, man, this all just makes sense because the defense is constantly like, here it comes to, oh God, now it's deep, to here it comes. And dude, when I say Monangai run, like very rarely are you going to see a running back put his head down and just CTE, welcome you. Here we are. Like, dude, I was watching him like somebody should talk to him. Yeah. Seriously, your agent should tell you about the dangers of this game.
His agent's watching him going, yeah, I don't think second contract's going to happen. But it's going to be a hell of a ride. It's going to be
a chance.
He's like, I'm going to need to get him as many endorsement deals in these first 4 years as possible.
They're another team that when you look at them, you go, Jesus Christ, they have so many weapons, and they're just hitting their footing, right? You talk about the 2 running backs in the backfield. How about Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet? Okay,
question. Do they win the North?
Yes.
You think that they actually win the NFC North?
No.
Mackey, stop being like that, because who do you really think's going to do it? The Packers that barely beat the Giants? Detroit who just got
but they got beat. I still think Detroit's probably the team to beat in the North.
Guys,
they got to play them.
There's an 80-point differential.
Can I just be real with you? Because the Bears
point
are
differential. The point differential is that's a really telling stat. Like a point differential is a very telling stat for long-term success.
Yeah.
What,
I mean, this is a prime steak.
Hold on,
prime steak and a beer here.
I'm confused.
This is a prime steak and a beer bet.
Oh, dude, the Bears are in first right now. That's why I'm going. Are they going to let go of the reins?
Do they win it?
Do I see them letting go of what they have? Yeah, I totally see him shitting down their leg. No, I see Ben Johnson in there every week getting them fired up. I see Caleb making less dumb mistakes every week, and I go, holy shit, he's paying attention.
Yeah,
oh, my God. He's actually listening to this guy. Why? Because he's not a loser coach like Eberflus. He's probably over here like, bro, you are so good at what
Eberflus
you do.
Has a family of
Eberflus what? Didn't fucking help him? Dude, we're looking at the talent on this kid, and I'm going, holy shit. This has been hidden in there? You're telling me that you had this kid in your building for 12 months, and I didn't see this happen once, and yet they can do it 7 times in 6 months? Dude, yeah, you're a shitty coach, Ben Johnson.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, his internet just cut out.
Did his internet break?
Or did he just blow a gasket?
Did he go Gus Johnson? did he go Gus Johnson at the end of Penn State? Just short. No, I think he's back. I think he's back. Hold on. Are you back? Maybe not.
Nope. Spinning wheel.
Spinning wheel of death.
We're holding him to it. When he comes back, I think we have a steak and a beer bet brewing here. But he can't fight back because he's not on right now. But I would just say 2 things can be true. 1, Caleb Williams playing better. Ben Johnson has added some juice to that franchise. A lot of good things, a lot of positive signs. But also, there he is. He's back. Okay.
Internet cut out.
Internet gremlins, yeah. He's back. All the things you said about the Bears are true. Ben Johnson adding some juice. Caleb limiting the bad stuff and leaning into the good stuff. They seem to be great operationally inside the last 2-3 minutes. It's great. And also, they still have to play at Philadelphia, at Green Bay, at San Francisco, home against Green Bay, home against Detroit. It's a tough sled for them. I think it's the Lions.
If they go 500 in that, that's what, a 10-win season?
Yeah.
Yes. Ish. 10 or 11 win season.
I mean, 10-win season, you're flirting with the playoffs still.
For sure.
Like, you're still absolutely flirting with the playoffs.
Definitely flirting with the dude. The 5-5 team is in right now. They're in the hunt. A 5-5 team is in the hunt. You're not understanding what I'm telling you.
I love that graphic. I love that graphic. The in the hunt graphic,
all
just the entire NFC. You're like, okay.
Does that say 3 and 7? They're in the hunt.
They did
mathematically, they're not eliminated.
ESPN put the Vikings in the hunt, and a tear fell down my face today.
That's my problem. Let's flip it now.
Hold on. Are we officially doing a steak and a beer? Booney, steak
I'll take
and a beer.
Detroit.
Or is it? Well, I think would the bet be Booney says Bears division, and then we say no, they won't. Or do we have to say Detroit?
I'll say Detroit. I'll do steak and a beer, and if Detroit doesn't win it, and if the Packers somehow win it,
it's a wash.
Then it's a wash.
I'm joining Jay on the Detroit side of this here.
You're such a homer, dude. You have to take the Vikings. What are you talking about? You can't take the Lions when the Vikings are your team. Hit him with a dumb fucking rookie fine right now.
You're so aggressive.
Wait a second. So if I speak truth about the Vikings, which
sensitive
is
and
they're
palms,
not making,
by the way.
Thank you. God, he's already going ultra.
Sensitive and palms.
And then we say,
no, I'm kidding. You can take the
Lions.
I agree. I think it's going to be there. It's obviously down to those 2 guys. The Packers.
Let's do the Viking side of this here for a second, and I'll start the conversation this way. There's a big JJ McCarthy thing we can get into, but my biggest question for the Vikings.
Let's not.
No, I mean it's not a big JJ McCarthy. He's a young quarterback. That's what's going to happen. It's just how it goes. But yeah, continue.
Okay,
Matt,
so it folds into my bigger question for you guys, which is the Vikings. The ownership is spending $344 million in cash on this year's team. So everyone, in terms of like cap and accounting,
so much money.
Everyone is within.
Jesus, way to throw that out of nowhere.
Oh my God.
But here's my point. They are spending the most cash on any team in the NFL this year, $344 million. Not because, let's just see what happens, right? They were being convinced by a front office and a head coach that if we just keep adding a few key free agents to a 14-win team, this thing's ready to pop. Yeah, we got a quarterback thing to figure out, but we feel so confident in where J.J. McCarthy is that he should be able to step right into this and perform at a pretty high level right away. Right? That's why we want you to spend $344 million in cash on this year's team. So how and why are they essentially eliminated from the playoffs a week before Thanksgiving is what I would want to know if I'm an owner here. Where did things go sideways so the roster is not as good as you thought. There's been some injuries too, but you take a chance on old players. It happens. And the quarterback might be good if we give it enough time in 20 starts or 30 starts, but he ain't that guy right now. I mean, he was sailing every pass until the end of the game. So clearly there's an organizational disconnect on what they thought they were putting on the field with the roster and the young quarterback and with what's actually
Do you want me to be Quasi or do you want me to be KOC? Who do you want me to be? And you'll be the owner.
You be KOC. You be KOC. I'll be Quasi.
I love this.
Okay, ready?
Yeah,
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
You want to start it off or you want me to?
No. Hey,
right,
pitch,
Mr.
I'm your
Wilf.
GM. Tell me what's going
on.
on.
I'm the
You're the
Wilfs,
Wilfs.
and I'm asking.
Mackey's the Wilfs.
Oh,
pardon
you're
my
the Wilfs.
French. What the fuck is happening here, guys?
Okay, well, Mr.
KOC
Wilf.
would definitely
Mark
go
and
first in the
Ziggy.
conversation, by the way.
Right. Quasi's back here, way under here. All right, listen. Number one, injuries. Right. We didn't start the season with our left tackle. That was a huge loss. Right. We've been playing the chess game up front, and that's one of the things that we roll the dice with, and we've agreed with that. The offensive line, getting them healthy, was one of our top priorities. 2, our quarterback has not been healthy either. Okay, and he wasn't healthy last year either, and he wasn't healthy in camp either. We're just hitting our stride. You, Mr. Wilf, just told me that I have 20 to 30 games to see what we're doing. We're in game 4. We're in game 5. We're trying to figure it out. I know as a coach, I need to run the ball more and put us in better situations.
Do you know that, Kev? Do you know? Are you sure about that, Kev?
Well, I know because when I turned on the game, the first graphic, wait, the first graphic of the game was talking about how bad we are on third down, and I started laughing because when I showed that, I go, my God, they're listening to Mackey. Like everyone's taking Mackey's story and running with it because it literally, the game starts, first graphic. Third down percentage this year, they are the worst. And over the last 5 years, I was like, damn, Mackey, you have started a trend. But I agree. I need to run the ball on better situations, including 3rd and 2. This will be done. But at the same point, we are just finding our stride, right? Our quarterback is just getting healthy. We need a little bit of time. We're going to get Jordan Madison more into the game. We're going to get Aaron Jones more into the game. We're going to make the simpler throws. We're going to keep it simple. By the way, yes, TJ Hawkinson is still on this team. I know you haven't seen him in weeks. We are going to get him more involved earlier, right? Like, we're going to make people fear people.
That's where I turn to Quasi and say, why are we paying that guy $17 million a year again?
Yeah, Quasi, you can answer this one since I just handled it so...
Well, Kevin told me. No, I mean, from a roster perspective, we were betting on the come that we could get old players that have been great for a little cheaper and squeeze 1 or 2 more years out of them while McCarthy was developing. But we thought that McCarthy was going to be further than this. Also, no one in this building wanted to pay Sam Darnold what we thought the price tag was going to be of $50+ million, right? 2020, looking back on it, yeah, we probably should have said Sam for $30 million, let JJ get an actual year of learning how to play football in the NFL from a practice perspective, right? And maybe he has to come in and spot start a couple games for Sam, but getting Sam for 1 more year probably was the right move. Looking back, hindsight 2020, right? But I wasn't anticipating Van Ginkel to miss a bunch of games. I wasn't anticipating Ryan Kelly's brain to go scrambled eggs, and we might still get him back, right? I wasn't anticipating Garrison to be able to miss a lot of these games. I was anticipating more. I was anticipating more production out of Ivan Pace Jr. this year. We didn't get that, right? He fell off a little bit there. Blake Cashman's been injured, right? We couldn't afford Bynum, right? We had to let Bynum walk. Or no, was it Bynum?
Yeah,
Bynum.
We had to let Ken Bynum walk. We felt like we had Jordan Addison miss the first 3 games, and then all of a sudden Jefferson missed all of camp, and so there was all these compounding.
And then Jefferson missed the Ravens game too. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then Jefferson missed the Ravens game, right?
And so,
but you look at how we built this roster. We built this roster based off of what players had done, not projecting on what they were going to do. And that probably in hindsight was a mistake, because if you look at the numbers from all of our older players, I don't know if one of the veterans that we signed this year finished the season all 18 games last year, right? And so betting on that was a mistake. But the biggest thing here is we have to just see if JJ can be the guy or not through the rest of this season and probably into the first half of next season, which means for the next 24 games, JJ McCarthy has to start every single game, and we have to understand from an organizational standpoint and from how we build the roster next year that is the case.
Yep. Okay, you guys, I'm not going to fire you quite yet. Quasi, I might actually fire you before the draft because the drafts have been pretty bad, but we can talk about that in January.
Kevin drafts.
I'll take the draft this year. Listen. I mean, it is. Jay's right. What happens in the rest of this year is kind of like, hey, which road is JJ going to go down, right? Is he going to go down this road where we're going to continue to make him do too much? Or are we going to continue to start to realize, hey, maybe we run the ball a little bit more for real this time and take a little bit off of his plate?
They did. They ran it well yesterday, man.
They do. Once
did.
again, it's not the scheme that's the problem. It's the amount of times. And people are looking at me like I'm crazy. And it's like, no, you need to push the run game more than anything. You're allowing people to just pin their ears back constantly and go after this kid. And it's like, dude, the bad balls. It's hard to watch. And then you're like, but his hands hurt. And it's like, how much of this is pain and how much of this is the game? And it's like, this is what it is. This is what young quarterback fans do. They
have
go,
to learn. They
is
have to
it
learn.
him? Is it us? Have we been spoiled? What is it, right? They're learning. And I know this doesn't make sense, but the NFL is such a different beast than college. Like, I remember laughing on the field in college. Like, God, you guys are all so stupid. I never laughed in the NFL. It was not a laughing matter. It was like, this is real. These dudes are really here to kill me. And all of a sudden, we're like, hey, I know you're not fully healthy, buddy. Good luck. Here's the ball, right? Here, throw it 60 times a game. Have fun. And it's like, that's not the answer. But you can't keep saying that and then going out and doing it. Because that's where you're going to start to piss off the players because they're going to be like, hey, even we know the answer. Why are we making this so hard, right? And, yeah, we're completely out of it right now, but we still have a ton of great games coming with great football teams to see where are we. Is JJ making progress as the season going? Or are we just going to continue to throw for 200 yards and 2 interceptions? Right? Like, are
Not
we actually
even 150? I believe it was. This
I was
week.
trying to be nice. All right, way to be a Debbie Downer. Ding that, man.
I'm not Debbie Downer or anything. I have been the most realist person on JJ McCarthy.
Oh,
since
here we
he
go.
entered into the league.
5 games, dude. 5 games.
I am not trying to say this kid. No, I put my palms on my chest because I've been in this game before. I've played the sensitive game before, right? I have been the one that says we can't crown, we can't kill. This is just part of the nature of the beast.
It is.
The biggest issue was, and I don't think Kevin in the Vikings offense or like front office lied to the public about like, oh, JJ's this, JJ's that. The truth is, you never know what a quarterback is until he plays on Sundays. I don't care what he does in training camp. I don't care what he does in the preseason. I don't care what he does with shorts on. Until he does it on Sundays in the fall, you never truly know what a kid is. From a mental standpoint and from a skill set standpoint. Because when you're standing in practice with that different colored jersey, you can drop balls anywhere. You can't play in the quarterback in the NFL if you can't. You won't even be on the roster if you can't stand there and practice and deliver footballs. But when you're getting beat up and you're getting smacked and the timing in your head speeds up and now your first read is not what's the hot route, it's where's the rush coming from, right?
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I have to anticipate this throw through the safety, and so I better anticipate that whack right in the back. All those things, that's how you grow as a quarterback. Right? Very rarely do guys come in the league as rookies and just set the earth on fire. And I know, JJ, you can say he's not a rookie. He's a rookie. This is his rookie season. Yeah. And it's going to take time to learn. And he shows you enough, right? The end of the Bears game, the end of the Lions game, the end of this game. Like, he shows you enough that you can go, okay, there's something in there. The question is, how do you unlock that for 60 minutes? Because you can't play terrible quarterback play for 53 minutes and then think you're going to win the football game. It just doesn't work that way.
Yesterday was really glaring too because I thought, I'm just an idiot watching the game with a microphone here, but I thought schematically, great balance. They ran the ball a ton early to set up more manageable third downs. They mixed in play actions. The protection was good.
Yes.
They didn't need to score 30 to win it. Everything was kind of there. And even like some of the schemed open routes that were out
wide
there,
open.
And he's either sailing them, and there was also 5 drops that on the occasion that he does have Addison open, hits him on the hands, drops the pass, possible touchdown.
Yeah, dude, one of those picks was not good.
Well, there was one that wasn't a pick that was maybe the worst, and it was him his arm got hit. But again, it's like, dude, you got to see and feel that pressure. You're not going to hit that route on the field.
But they in their mind they're like, oh, this is just like college. I can do this. And then all of a sudden that dude is in their face, and you're like, dude, it's so much faster, bro. Like, throw it or dirt it, right?
You can't replicate that speed in practice.
No.
It's impossible, right? You can replicate it in college. You can replicate the game speed if your college team is really good, right? And I'm not saying mine, like, we won 10 games every year, but like Boonie's team was a national championship team, right? And so in that practice, his practices, and I talked to guys that like went to Bama, went to Georgia, went to all these, like, they're like, dude, practice was way harder than the game, right? And so in college, if you're at Michigan, when you're JJ McCarthy and you've got 18 players that are going to the combine and 11 of them get drafted. Like, practice was probably his hardest time of the week. And then he went out there on Saturdays and just kicked the living teeth in for everyone
Rutgers,
they played. Sorry, Purdue. But in the NFL, it doesn't matter how good your team is in training camp. It's never the same than to game speed. Like, you just cannot replicate NFL game speed. And so as a young quarterback, that's why you see them take sacks. It's why you see them throw interceptions, because all of a sudden it's the scene from Ricky Bobby where it's like, what was that? Are those the other cars? Right, as they're flying by him. Like, that's exactly what it's like to be a young player at any position in the NFL. I remember my first start in the NFL, I was with the Chargers, and I was like, what is happening? Right, like, it's just everything's going so much faster. You can't comprehend it until eventually it slows down. And it takes a long time for that to actually slow down.
I'll say the silver linings would be here, and positive Phil coming in. I'll ding myself. And I got to bounce here in a minute. So anything that's
also
left,
fine. I'm leaving early.
No, it's a long story, but I got to jump on a call here in 5 minutes. But anything that we didn't get to, like,
tomorrow's
like
going
to be so explosive. What do you mean we're off in 5?
We might need a full 2-hour show tomorrow, because we didn't even touch Shadur. We didn't touch Sam Darnold. We didn't touch Davis Mills, Trevor Lawrence. There is so much more to talk about.
Yes, and if anyone is wondering why haven't they touched on Davis Mills yet, you'll find out tomorrow. We'll do a half hour on Davis Mills. But I would say silver linings here. McCarthy does keep showing up in some bigger spots where and I would say the other one is, it's funny because, like, he solves one thing and then, like, accuracy gets worse, but he couldn't avoid sacks the first 3 starts. Well, the last 2 starts, even though a lot of other things have looked bad, I think it's like 80 called pass plays, 1 sack taken. All right. So we've figured out how to get rid of the football. Now we need to get rid of it a little more accurately, a little lower. Let's not hit the vendor in the 4th row when Justin Jefferson's wide open for a first down.
We also need his quarterback guru to get off Twitter. That's you can't be doing that.
Oh,
his quarterback coach is going after people on Twitter now.
I have not seen that.
Here, hold on, I got it. Give me a second.
He joined
I don't have
Daily
Twitter,
like
so
a month ago too.
I don't do the Twitter thing.
So hold on. Let me find it. Give me 2 seconds here.
First of all,
Chris Carter. So he went after Chris Carter, right?
I wouldn't go after Chris Carter.
So Hold on.
Listen, if I was a personal trainer of somebody, I certainly wouldn't be going after the professional coaches.
Wait, you are a personal trainer of someone?
I certainly would never go after those coaches. Matter of fact, whatever those guys say, you got it, bud. You're the boss, not me. I'm telling you right now, that's dumb.
So Chris Carter, here it is. I got it pulled up right here. Chris Carter, Emmanuel Acho tweeted, JJ McCarthy got that clutch gene, struggled all game, but this was nasty, and it's a really nice throw of his. Chris Carter responds with, did you watch the first 59 minutes? Thumbs down. Yeah. Well, Greg Holgram, who's his QB trainer, right, gets on there and calls him an effing clown with the clown emoji. Can't do that. You can't put stuff out there like that.
You're telling me that
you went after Chris Carter? You went after Chris Carter?
Wait. JJ McCarthy's personal quarterback coach went after.
I think that's who that is.
Holcomb. Is it Holcomb?
It's Holcomb.
Yeah, he is. He was on Purple Daily like 2 months ago. Yeah.
Greg Holcomb, quarterback trainer, the whole bit, has been on the JJ McCarthy stand, but you can't call Chris Carter an effing clown. I'm
just going to let you know
that's bad luck.
That's not good.
Former player says that he's just not happy with the performance. You don't call him a fucking clown, because that dude will come back at you so fast.
Also, and like, if you're McCarthy, you call him and be like, delete that, shut up. You don't speak for me.
Shut your mouth.
Did you watch the first 59 minutes? I wasn't good.
And by the way, Chris
Carter could be in that facility.
I think Chris might have been at the game yesterday. But
Chris Carter could easily be in that facility. He used to come all the time with us.
Yeah, he is setting a bar.
You know this guy?
Yeah. Who the fuck you talking to? You see that name on that stadium? You see the one next to it? We were the best goddamn tandem to ever play. Speak to me like that again, I'll throw a football at your face, you fucking moron.
I won't miss.
Don't ever disrespect the former player.
I won't miss. I won't sail it.
All right, Mackie, you got to roll. Right. Get out of here.
A lot more to come tomorrow here. Click that subscribe button and the like button on the O-Line Committee. For Booney, for Jay, I'm Phil. And yeah, this is the O-Line Committee podcast. See you guys.